Hi, this is Rodney from rodneysblog.net and a YouTube channel, Rodney Trevino. Today we're going to read Genesis chapter 12, the call of Abram. The Lord said to Abram, "Go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you." So a little bit background about Abram. I think his name actually means exalted father, which was ironic because he didn't have any children. So God was saying, "I'm going to make you into a great nation um, when don't even have children." And I believe Sarai was barren, so she couldn't have children. And for God to tell you to leave your home, the only home you've ever known, and to move, and I will make a great nation out of you. Basically, he's telling you you're going to have so many offspring that it's going to become a nation of its own. So what God is asking Abram to do is going to require great faith and belief in God. It's just a simple scripture there, one or two lines, but the significance of that scripture is incredible. So, and basically, let's read on, but Abram believes God and decides that he wants to continue on with it and do what God says. So let's follow along here. Verse 2, "I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you. And whoever curses you, I will curse, and all the peoples on earth will be blessed through you." So basically, that's God can do that. God can bless you to the point that even if somebody wishes you ill will, that person who wishes you ill will be cursed. So you want to be in good with God because you will be protected. In other words. Verse 4, "So Abram went as the Lord had told him, and Lot went with him." Now remember, Lot was the son of uh, Haran, Abram's brother, who died in Ur of the Chaldeans, and he left his son Lot fatherless. So Abram might have taken on responsibility for Lot. So Lot, his nephew, went with him. So Abraham and Lot went with him. Abram was 75 years old, and he set out for Haran. He took his wife Sarai, his nephew Lot, all the possessions they had accumulated, and the people they had acquired in Haran, and they set out for the land of Canaan. And they arrived there. Abram traveled through the land as far as the site of the great tree of Morah at Shechem. At that time the Canaanites were in the land. The Lord appeared to Abram and said, "To your offspring I will give this land." So remember who the Canaanites were. The Canaanites back in chapter 9, I believe, were the descendants of Ham, Noah's son, who saw his nakedness and was cursed by Noah. And he cursed all of his descendants, the Canaanites. Well, the Canaanites come into the picture here again. And God told him, "Well, I'm going to give you their land." So yes, sometimes if God is not pleased with you, he will take your land and he'll give it to somebody else. So if you want to hold on to your land or hold on to your possessions, it's good to follow God. So he built an altar there to the Lord who had appeared to him. From there he went on towards the hills east of Bethel and pitched his tent with Bethel on the west and Ai on the east. There he built an altar to the Lord and called on the name of the Lord. Now you're going to hear that throughout the Bible, people calling on the name of the Lord. And what that just means is that you ask God to help you. Basically, you help him. You ask him, especially if you're under stress or trouble, you call on the name of the Lord for him to save you. So that's what calling on the name of the Lord is. Then Abram set out and continued towards the Negev. Adam in Egypt. Now there was a famine in the land, and Abram went down to Egypt to live there for a while because the famine was severe. As he was about to enter Egypt, he said to his wife Sarai, "I know what a beautiful woman you are. When the Egyptians see you, they will say, 'This is his wife.' Then they will kill me, but I will let you live." Oh, but will let you live. Say that you are my sister, so that I will be treated well for your sake, and my life will be spared because of you. So even though Abram, great man of faith, is obeying God, doing what God tells him by faith, can still be a little faithless sometimes, so nobody's perfect. Um, he basically causing his wife to lie as well and say, well, I mean, I don't know if it's a lie, because I think back in those days there wasn't very many people, so sometimes you could actually marry a sister that was from a different mother or father, different mother. So I don't know. I think they were. I think Sarah was in some way his sister as well as his wife. Please don't quote me on that. I have to research that further. But in any case, he put his wife in a compromising position, and just shows a lack of faith in Abram that God is going to take care of him. Say you are my sister, so that I will be treated well for your sake, and my life will be spared because of you. When Abram came to Egypt, the Egyptians saw that Sarai was a very beautiful woman. And when Pharaoh's officials saw her, they praised her to Pharaoh, and she was taken into his palace. He treated Abram well for her sake, and Abram acquired sheep and cattle, male and female donkeys, male and female servants, and camels. So in those days, there was no printed money. So if you were wealthy, you had possessions, and you had even servants. They belonged to you. So donkeys and so forth. So that's how wealth was measured in those days, by your possessions. In verse 17, but the Lord inflicted serious diseases on Pharaoh and on his household because of Abram's wife Sarai. So because Pharaoh took Sarai into his harem per se, now it doesn't even say if Pharaoh even slept with Sarai. He just took her into his harem, as one of his wives. And because of that, the Lord punished Pharaoh and his household with diseases. So right away you can see, well, what's going on there? It wasn't Pharaoh's fault. Pharaoh didn't do anything wrong. He didn't know that Sarai was married to Abram. Why is God punishing Pharaoh? So what we learn from this is God is very serious about keeping marriage sacred. It's a sacred union to him. And to sleep with another man's wife, or even to attempt to sleep with another man's wife by taking him into your harem and getting around to her eventually, was a great sin in God's eyes. You can't marry another man's wife. You can't sleep with another man's wife, because of the marriage. The bond is sacred. So God punished Pharaoh with diseases. So what we learned, that even today, God can punish you if you sleep with another man's wife or have an affair. Have you ever had an affair, and then all of a sudden you have illnesses that you didn't have before, stiff necks, back pains? The Bible, in other parts of the Bible, God says He can put you on a bed of suffering. So if you ever do get into a situation like that where you made a mistake, I recommend that you call on the name of the Lord and humble yourself and ask for forgiveness. But yes, not following God and not following the Bible can actually also affect your health as well, the health of your body. So there's a lot to learn from that, and how serious God is about marriage. And adultery is the top of the list of sins that God is very displeasing. It's destructive, not just to the family that you're breaking up, but to yourself and to your health. Verse 18. So Pharaoh summoned Abram. Oh, what have you done to me? He said. Why didn't you tell me she was your wife? Why did you say she is my sister, so that I took her to be my wife? Now then, here is your wife. Take her and go. So Pharaoh, very upset at Abram. He felt deceived, and rightly so, because he wouldn't have taken Sarai as his wife if he had known, because he obviously knows about how God feels about the keeping marriage sacred. Then Pharaoh gave orders about Abram, and they sent him on his way with his wife and everything he had. So that is the end of chapter 12, and we'll continue with chapter 11. This is Rodney from rodneysblog.net, Rodney Trevino YouTube channel. Have a great day.